Hello everyone, this is TSET ABCD and welcome to another Catan video here on my channel. So today I'm playing a tournament and it's a 1v1 tournament on this on twosheeps.io. It's a different platform from where we generally play our games, but this is fun. Trying something different here. Um, I'm not sure if I am in the first position or not. I think I am. There is a decent amount of wheat, not a lot of brick. So I'm considering something like, okay, looks like the first placement has to be on the coast. So if I go for something like 8-4 here, it will be city on the coast. And for my second placement, I can go for something like 6-5-11. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like it too much. Maybe something like I would like to get some. Maybe I can start with 8-10, point inwards, and then maybe get a settlement on 6-5-11. I'm not sure if I like that either. Okay, I'm going to run out of time, so I need to decide quickly. Let's just go with my first instinct here. So I need some sheep and wood and brick. I don't think there is any spot that matches that description. I should be able to get a sheep placement here though. So based on that, do I just go for something like 8-5, 8-4, 10 here? I do start with a lob. Okay, I'm playing only with 3 resources. I don't think so. That would be a good idea. Let's start with something like 6-3, but then again, I'm doubling up on the same resources. How about 6-5-11? But then I give up on brick. Yeah, let's just go for this. I think my opponent will most likely go for 8-4-10. Maybe 6-3-4 is an option. 6-5-11 is choice as well. So yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, this is a new format for me as well. Like, first, I'm playing a tournament on this new platform, and that is being followed by this coastal setup thing, which is different from what I used to, what I'm normally used to. So I'm already quite close to getting a city here. Do I want to just build a road? I mean, the discard limit is 9. I can hold on for one more turn. Here, my opponent will most likely block the 4 over. Okay, blocks the 9 board. I don't mind that. Here, the robber rules are different as well. It's a lazy robber, which means that if a 9 is rolled, the robber will be returned to the desert tile. Wow, my opponent rolls the second 7 here. I think we'll block the 4 over and steals an over. That is unfortunate because that might give them a second dev card. Yeah, not a lot that I can do here. Yeah, let's just get a sheep and I'll end my turn just because I want to get a road settlement. Okay, a 4 does roll here, so that's what I was telling about the lazy robber. It's moved to the desert tile now. So I'll just actually I want sheep production, right? So do I just go for 6-3? Yeah, I think that is a good expansion spot. And now a single 8 and a 4 or a 6 and a 4 will give me a city. Also, I haven't rolled a single 7 yet. The die roll is supposed to be balanced. Whereas my opponent has already rolled a couple and also has 3 dev cards. So surely it's a uphill task for me at this point. I'll buy a dev card. I get a Year of Plenty, which is good actually. It can help me get a city or maybe even plow my opponent. So I think the 8 brick is a good block. I get a wheat, not the card that helps me too much. My opponent most likely blocks the 9 wood here or blocks the 4 ore. I think that is completely fine as well. So I get a brick, which is good. This is exactly the card that I wanted. So I think here I'll just play my Year of Plenty, get a couple of words and plow my opponent. Yeah, I would have liked some ore there, but this is fine as well. I think I just do a 4 is to 1 and buy a dev card. I do get a knight. Okay, the robber is moved to the desert, which is fine. I get a brick, which is pretty good actually. And I roll a 11, so I get another knight. Where do I want to build? I think I can build towards the wheat port as well. That would be because my wheat production is like I do produce a lot of wheat, so getting to the wheat port seems quite strong for me. Here, my opponent rolls a 7, blocks me on the 4 over. I can immediately just play my knight. I get a wheat back and a 4 is rolled. So here I can buy a dev card or I can get a city. I like the idea of buying a dev card here, but actually getting a second city is quite strong, improves my production by quite a bit. Yeah, my opponent plays a knight here. Not a lot that I can do. Maybe my opponent has a monopoly. I should be a little careful here because they do have 3 dev cards and surely they haven't played a couple of them. So it could be a monopoly and a VP or something of that sort. At this point, I can get a settlement on 6, 11, 12, but I think just buying another dev card is pretty good. Okay, so this is a monopoly. So now I get a monopoly, which is huge. And yeah, okay, the 4 was blocked here, so I do not get anything. That would have been a pretty good roll for me otherwise. I like this lazy robber is exhausted from the hard day's work and retreats to the desert. Okay, my opponent already takes army. Here, they do have 11 cards in hand, but I don't think I want to play my monopoly just yet. and I lose out on a few wood because the it was blocked. So yeah, I think at this point, just getting another city is fine. I mean, there's not a lot that I could have done. I don't have any 3:1 ports. Three would be a pretty good role for me. Gives me a road settlement on the on the wheat port. Do I want to play a monopoly on brick here? I'm not sure. I mean, there are quite a few wheats out there actually, but I don't think I want to play my monopoly just yet. Maybe after I get to the wheat port, it would be a good option, good choice. Let's see. My opponent is buying a lot of def cards here. They already have five def cards. Okay, they play a road builder. And I think I'll just go for another def. Maybe I go for a road here because I don't want my opponent to have another road builder and plow me again. The wheat port is quite important for my setup. So with these cards in hand, there is not a lot that I can do. Okay, so at least I can buy a def card. Okay, I do get a knight, which is good. But apart from that, I think I'll just end my turn. Yeah, fours have been blocked for a very, very long time this game. And they have hurt me quite a bit as well. Also, a 3 would be a pretty strong roll for me at this point. Hasn't rolled in quite a bit. Here, I think I can block the 10 ore. I get a sheep. Not sure what I want to do with it. I have 9 cards in hand. I think I'll hold on to them. I'll take a risk. Yeah, I did expect my opponent to just play a knight there. Buys another def card. They might have a few VPs in hand, which I need to be careful of. So I think my best move here is to just do a 4:1, convert my sheep into a brick, get a settlement, and here I'll end my turn. So now I have the wheat port, which is very, very strong for my setup. I can also get a settlement on 8-10-3, which seems very strong. Yeah, my opponent has just two cards, so there is not a lot that I want to do here. So I think I can just play a monopoly on sheep here if I want to, but I would rather just improve my wheat production. 8 is an absolutely huge role for me. The good thing is my opponent has been playing knights. So although they do have 4 unplayed dev cards, they have played quite a few knights actually. So let's see. My opponent is thinking what they want to do. Okay, just ends their turn in the end anyway. I think just buying a dev card is fine. Okay, I get a road builder. So actually that is very good for me because I can now try and just connect my settlements, which would surely secure the longest road for me. I would love to roll a something like a 10 on my turn so that I can play a monopoly on ore. That would be quite good as well. Here I am playing my road builder just to secure take back the longest road, and I can also get a settlement on 311, which is fine, I would say, at this point. So my opponent most like blocks the 8. I don't mind that. I think 4 would have been a worse block for me, but yeah, I mean the 8 does roll there. Would surely love to see the number of resource income that was blocked for me in this game. Let's see what my opponent wants to do. They are thinking quite a bit here. Okay, couple of threes to one, so most likely buying another dev card. I think I'll just end my turn. I cannot do much with these cards. Finally, a 3. That is an absolutely amazing roll for me. What do I want to do? Here, I think I will just do a 4 is to 1. Buy a dev card. I get a knight. And I would also like to actually just secure my longest road. This way, would never be worried about black connecting and winning somewhere out of the blue. Wow. Plays a knight and rolls a 7. So, okay. I still cannot do anything with these cards. I mean, I'll just have to end my turn. I also have to be careful that no Monopoly has been played yet. So, surely with 4 unplayed dev cards, my opponent can have one. Does play a knight in this turn though. So, I can buy a couple of dev cards on my turn. Okay, so there are only 4 dev cards left in the pile. So, I'll buy 2. I get a knight and a year of plenty. If I play a monopoly on sheep, I can get another one if I want here. But I don't think I need to be in that hurry. I can just try and get a settlement on the 411, which will give me a 3 to 1 port. Yeah, so on this turn I will buy another dev card. Okay, so opponent does play a monopoly there. Okay, so there is only one dev card left in the pile. I don't think so I play the knight here. Because my opponent has 0 cards. Yeah, surely don't play my knight. And what do? I think I can just play a year of plenty and buy the last dev card. So okay, my opponent has 5 VPs here. So we both of us are on 12 points actually. The only benefit is I have a advantage because I have two knights and a monopoly in hand. Yeah, but with these cards, still there is not a lot that I can do. I'll just end my turn. Okay, so get a settlement on the 3:1 board. I cannot build any more settlements. So yeah, I cannot even get a city, but I'll do something like this. I will also build a road here just so that I can get a settlement whenever I am ready. Unless my opponent rolls a 7 here, I should be good. Yeah, exactly. My opponent doesn't roll a 7. So I should be getting a city on my turn. And okay, I think that is pretty good. I get a city. And this is one sheep. Yeah, all I need is one settlement, right? So I can do this. Then play a monopoly on wheat because I know a 4 just rolled. So even if I get a single wheat, I was okay with it. But I get 2, which is fine. And I can just win the game here. Yeah. I think overall, yeah, the wheats were absolutely huge for me. Yeah, I don't know all these things. I mean, I haven't taken a look at this part of the game. My production was absolutely huge. And yeah, dev cards. My opponent bought a lot of dev cards, but unfortunately, 5 VPs just blocked their hand quite a bit, I would say. Whereas the 2 Year of Plenties, Road Builder, I think everything for me just came in handy. Like even the actually, can I see how many resources were blocked? Gain from stealing. Ah, okay, we can do something like this. Resources spent, resources lost to rolling a 7, blocked. Yeah, there's a huge difference there. Anyway, I think I need to take a screenshot and post it on the Discord channel. So yeah, and I'll pause the video. I'll start recording when I when the second game starts. So I mean, bye until then, and yep. So yeah, so this is the second game of this tournament. I'm again in the second position, I believe. My opponent will most likely go for something like 8-10. And then what do I do? Yeah, there is a lot of sheep, so 8-10 does seem to be a good choice for my opponent. I like the option of something like 6-5-12. If my opponent goes for 8-10, maybe I can go for 4-5-10, but the production is a little lacking. Yeah, but 9-10-3, 8-9-10 is an option for my second placement. I will start with a dev card in hand. But then what do I want to go for? Because my opponent will most likely go for something like 9-5-10. So I have to get to the 4-5 spot here, I will not have any strong wheat either. Yeah, surely seems to be a difficult first choice. On the flip side, I can actually go for something like 6-3 as my first placement. And then maybe I go for 6-5-12, point to the right, get a settlement on 9-9-5-10, and then get a settlement on the wood port as well. Yeah, it seems to be a viable option here. I mean, with this first placement, now my only other choice is, yeah, maybe I can go for 5-9-5-4-10, point to the right. But I think I'm giving my opponent a pretty strong setup with that. So let's just do this. Yeah, this, I mean, the first placement needs to be on the port and it will be a city. Yeah, it is a little bit of a dicey thing, I would say. Maybe I could have considered something like 5-10-6-3 6-4-11, or 5-10-6-3-4. Start with the 3 to 1 port. Yeah, here my opponent starts with a 3 to 1 port and with a ore in hand and roll the 7 immediately. So most likely will target me on the 5 sheep or the 6 wheat. Hopefully doesn't steal my brick because that would be quite a big blow to my setup. Wow, exact blocks the brick, gets the brick. That is perfect for my opponent. Yeah, this would hurt my setup quite a bit because now getting a settlement on 9-5-10 seems difficult. My opponent does have better road building production, does not have sheep, but has access to the 3 to 1 port. Okay, it's going for 8-10-3, which seems to be a very, very strong placement as well. Yeah. So, I mean, if 3 was unblocked and if a 3 rolled, that would be excellent. Right now, if a 3 rolls, it basically just gives my opponent an ore. Yeah, not much for me to do. It gets a second city already. And might just do a 4 is to 1. Actually, might not have enough cards to do a 4 is to 1 here. Yeah, so I could have had a road settlement here. Instead, am just stuck and just hoping for another. Wow, rolls another 7. Yeah, this is unfortunate. And because this is like a 1v1 game, early on, yeah, early game is very, very important. Yeah, a bunch of 8s and 10s have already rolled as well. Yeah, gets a very, very strong settlement. And yeah, I lose out on a couple of more cards because the 6 was blocked there. Yeah, at least I can build a road. And if my opponent wants to plow here, there is nothing I can do to block that. It would be what it is. Yeah, rolls a 10, that's a pretty strong roll. Giving them 2 ores and a wheat. I mean, if a 3 rolls, that's still a pretty decent. Wow, gets a third city already. Yeah, I just think it's a game over. I don't think so. There is any way I can fight back at this point. Okay, I do get a break, so at least I get a settlement. Yeah, fours have been rolling a little. I mean, my opponent already has three cities, right? And I don't think so. There is any way I can match that production. Okay, at least with that three, we can get a settlement on more ore tiles. Yeah, my opponent has 13 cards here. Should easily buy a couple of dev cards. Gets a fourth city. Wow, and takes the longest road already. And might even get a settlement on the sheep port. Yeah, it does get a settlement on the sheep port. Yeah, I don't think so. There is any coming back from this at this point. The gap is too far wide, and also the production that my opponent has is just way too strong. Yeah. Here, I don't think so. My opponent can do much. They have like two sheeps and a wheat in hand, I believe. I mean, I can buy a dev card, but I don't think it helps me. Even if I get a monopoly or maybe a year of plenty would have. Yeah, eights are completely going to change the game. Actually, there is no role that helps me alone. Any role is going to be a good role for my opponent now. Yeah, not even trying to buy dev cards here. I think that is the good move by my opponent. Can just focus on ending the game. I think I still need to. I won't give up that easily. Yeah, I mean, I would have preferred three there, but this is fine. I get a monopoly, so let's see. Hopefully, I can roll a three and then just play a monopoly on ore or something. Here. Okay, my opponent has three bricks in hand. Yeah, let's just play a monopoly. And I can get a settlement on the wood port. I can stop my opponent from getting a settlement on. Yeah, I think that would be the right move. But then I was running out of time. I just panicked here. I'm not even sure what is a good block. Okay, let's see. My opponent has seven cards. I don't think so. Opponent will be able to get a settlement. So at this point, I can take the longest road, but I think a better move is to steal a settlement spot from my opponent, buy a dev card. Yeah, maybe the game isn't over yet. I also have a knight in hand, so maybe I can try taking army. But now my next move has to be a city because I cannot build any more settlements. My opponent can still build a road settlement on the 9-2 tile. Yeah. Maybe I should have just gotten a settlement on 911. The 3 ore doesn't help me as much. And that would have taken away 2 settlement spots from my opponent. Yeah. Here I get a wheat and yeah, nothing much here. Plays a knight. Will block the 4 ore again. Blocks the 5 sheep and roll the 7. Yeah, these 7s have been a little frustrating. Yeah, cannot do much with the cards I have in hand. Maybe for 3 rolls I can at least take road. Yeah, I don't have any 3 to 1 ports either, so not much that I can do. I'm still hoping for a 3-2 roll. Let's see. Because if a 3 rolls, I can extend the game, or else my opponent just wins the game here most likely. Yeah, I don't want to spend my wood just to buy a dev card here. Yeah, that said, my opponent does need to spend some resource buying dev cards, because without dev cards, they don't have a winning move here. I'll buy a dev card, I get a knight, so at least I can secure army next turn, unless my opponent takes it first. I mean, if they take army, then it's just game over, right? So yeah, it's just if they have a knight, they can play the knight and end the game. Yeah, takes the army, wins the game. So I could have won the game, not won the game. I would have extended the game. Yeah, three threes, but then I think my resources were just blocked there. I mean, it's almost equal. No, actually, I am on the right side, so I did lose on more resources. Lost to trades, okay. Lost to stealing, yeah, I did steal a little bit more. Yeah, so I mean, resource income is the biggest difference here in this game, I would say. Yeah, anyway, so this was the bracket, and I lose the game here. So yeah, I mean, yeah, 1v1s is just a little random, and also the this UI is very different. It is in beta, but pretty decent, and it's free. At least as of now, it's free. I'm not sure what features they plan to add. Yeah. Anyway, bye for now, and see you again in the next video. Bye bye.